Hi, I'm Kendi with Classic Promenade, and we're going to be looking at the 1958 Bentley S1 Continental. I'm here with Harry Clark to give us all of the specific details about this car. It's one of the most interesting and important Bentleys in the world. So, Harry, tell us more.
Absolutely. So this is a 1958 Bentley Continental or S1 Continental that is bodied by Park Ward as a Drophead coupe. So these are all aluminum hand built. This is one of just 31 left-hand drive examples in the world. This example has covered a mere 10,800 miles from new. And then we're going to talk about the restoration because it's over the top. But let's start at the beginning. This was ordered by the Iraqi Royal Family for one of the crown princes. And it was delivered to the crown prince. But within a short period of time, the July 14th revolution occurred. And so Iraq was completely disheveled. So years later, it was acquired by Mr. Janabi, who was a Baghdadi businessman, and really it was fortunate because he truly saved the car. It was under his stewardship that he ended up painting it white, for example, for his son's wedding. He really loved this car. And then in 1993, it was used in the movie King Ghazi. And in that, it was actually, it was two-toned, a different color at that point. This is where the story gets a little squirrely. So with the movie King Ghazi, Saddam Hussein, the notorious dictator, saw the movie, saw the car, made a couple of offers to Mr. Janabi, the owner of the car, which were refused because, again, he loved the car.
Really did love the car.
It was part of his family at that point. And well, being a good dictator, Saddam Hussein seized the car and added it to his substantial car collection. And then, of course, we know what happens with Saddam Hussein. The citizens invaded the palace. Many of the cars were destroyed. This was damaged but not destroyed. And fortunately, Mr. Janabi was able to prove to the American military that he was the rightful owner of the car, and he regained possession of it. And if we fast forward further, in 2015, a Canadian businessman was in Iraq on a humanitarian mission, and he saw the car and figured out how to buy it from Mr. Janabi. He exported it to Canada, and then it quickly went to a significant collector in Michigan who in 2016 consigned it to Vantage Motorworks, who is the #1 restorer of Rolls-Royce and Bentleys in all of North America. Vantage Motors commenced a 17-month, $1.1 million spare no expense restoration that was down to every single nut and bolt. I've had conversations with Richard Gorman, the owner of Vantage Motors, about the car, and he really underscored the thoroughness of the restoration on this car. So it was unveiled at the 2017 Pebble Beach Concours d'Elegance, and I mean the result is in front of us. I mean it's just spectacular.
Well, walk us through, as you're looking at the exterior from the restoration and calling out a few things in the interior, what are some of those really key details that are important to know as we're looking at this particular car?
Yeah, you bet. when Vantage Motors did the restoration, they reverted back to all of the original specifications. So this was restored pretty much exactly as it left Bentley Motors originally, and Park Ward, the coach builder, with the exception that Vantage Motors added rear air conditioning, which makes it more pleasant especially when the top's up, obviously. So what makes an S1 Continental, the Park Ward Drophead Coupe, so important and so valuable? Number one, again, aluminum coachwork. So it's a lightweight body. And the whole concept of the Continentals are the high performance, high speed continental driving. Okay, so that means driving from the UK originally, from the UK down to Nice, and to be able to sustain 100 miles an hour the entire time. So I can tell you that this, these have the 4.9 liter straight six, which is the final development and iteration of the six-cylinder engine, which is a remarkable engine. It's quiet, it's smooth. This car easily 80 miles an hour. You can tour in it all day long at 80 miles an hour. And what's more important than that, not only can you tour all day at 80 miles an hour, but you can do so with just being relaxed, knowing that the brakes are capable, the transmission, you're not stressing the car out. Anyway, they're quite remarkable in that regard. If you look at the styling, okay, this is 1958. So think about what other offerings existed in 1958. For example, over here we have a 1956 Cadillac, and look at all of the stuff going on, right? As opposed to how beautiful and clean the lines are here, right? So this is really a much more modern design. I believe far ahead of its time. If you notice, these are known for, there's just a very slight hint of a fin, right? Now, 1958, if this was a Chrysler, the fin would be about yay tall, okay? So, I mean, really, this design is elegant, it's sporty, but it really is elegant.
Elegant is the word I was going to use to describe this front end as well, with the curves coming into the body in that way, the chrome bumper here. And to Vantage Motorworks, this is just beautifully restored. The chrome is in excellent condition. It's a beautiful piece of art.
One thing I particularly like about the front end on this, notice how Park Ward put this ridge, which increases the height of the fenders in relation to the hood. So if we go over here, right, it's nice that we have such an assortment of Rolls and Bentleys. Anyway, but look at the difference between the grille height and fender height, and even this, right, which is many years later, right? Still, this S1 Continental has it basically makes it so it feels like it's been channeled, I believe, where where the body has been lowered.
That sleek front end design really is beautiful, and I loved what you said about comparing it to even these types of body styles that are much later on. This feels almost ahead of its time from the artistry perspective.
Absolutely. And let's talk about the interior.
Let's do that.
I mean, the interior, the woodwork is just absolutely, I mean, to sit behind the wheel and drive this with the Connolly leather and the beautiful blend of woods and the lighter, crossband that makes it really pop. I mean, looking at this is exactly what a brand new 1958 Bentley Continental or S1 Continental looked like. So the experience is absolutely phenomenal. So whether it's under the hood, the chassis, everything on this car is like new. One last thing I want to show you.
Please.
Okay. So I love these, okay? This comes complete. Of course, it has all the tools and everything, but for the real geeky collectors like me, okay?
Please open that box.
This is a Continental touring kit, okay? So those were ordered, exactly what it implies. It was designed for the owner that is going to be touring through continental Europe or other places. So this is basically, no matter what happened to the car, you've got the parts in here, so it doesn't matter if you're in Africa, Middle East, Europe, you have everything self-contained in this nice little box. Again,
always thinking ahead.
Oh yeah, and I'm fortunate to have one for my Silver Wraith, but they're like hen's teeth.
Wonderful. I mean, just overall a true masterpiece from inside and out, and I mean, especially with the top down. This really is just, you walk in, you're like, oh my gosh, what a gorgeous car.
Absolutely.
Very, very well done.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Harry, for walking us through all of the aspects of the 1958 Bentley S1 Continental.
My pleasure, Kendi.
It is absolutely wonderful to have you here, and we cannot wait for the next collector to own this particular car. So we'll catch you next time. I'm Kendi with Classic Promenade. This is Harry Clark, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.